Welcome to Kevin's School of English Present Perfect lesson. What I want to do here is I want to show you why we use present perfect. And the reason why we use present perfect is to connect a past action to now. And for example, I'm going to show you in this lesson that if an action is finished in the past, you always have a choice to use past simple or present perfect. And when you talk about the past and the action is not finished, you have no choice. You have to use present perfect, and I will show you why. And I will show you using an idea of islands in an ocean. It's a bit of a strange, unique way of teaching, but I think it'll be very helpful to visualize why we use the present perfect using pictures. First, let's look at past simple. The best way to show present perfect is to compare it with past simple. So let's look at past simple, and this is a picture of two islands in the ocean, for example. And here I am standing on island now, and I am looking into the past. And when I look into the past, I see a past island with the action teach. This is a finished past action. Am I still a teacher now? No. And so I can say the sentence, I was a teacher. When I say this island is not important to me. This verb, this action, is not important. I'm just looking into the past at this island. But I don't need to go to this island. It's not important to me. I can just look at it. But now let's look at the present perfect. I am standing on my island now, so I am looking at the same island in the past. If this island is important to me now, and I do want to go to this island, I want to do more than look at it, I want to go there. Well, I cannot swim, for example, so I need to create a connection. I need to create a bridge. And I create this little green bridge here, a present perfect bridge. And now I am connecting my island now to my island past. I am connecting an action, a finished action, in the past to now. And I say this sentence, I have been a teacher. Now why? In the past simple we had, I was a teacher. In the present perfect we say, I have been a teacher. Well, both sentences are correct. Both actions are finished. So what is different about these two tenses? Why do I say I have been a teacher? This is because, like the island, I want to go to that island because it's important. When I say I was a teacher, this is not important to me now. But when I say, hey, I have been a teacher, now this is important to me. This past island is personally important to me and I want to connect to it. For example, I meet a very rich person and he or she is learning English and they are going to pay a teacher £1 million to teach them English for a month. And when I talk to that rich person, I say, hey, I have been a teacher. Why is this personally important to me now? Because very quickly I have become excited about how much money this person is offering to teach him or her English. The verb in the past about being a teacher is now very important because I want the money. And I say, hey, I have been a teacher. I will teach you for a month if you give me £1 million. Remember, if an action is finished in the past, 100% it is the speaker's choice. You as the student, if you want to talk about a finished action in your past, you can say past simple, like I studied English, or you can say present perfect, I have studied English. And the only person who knows if this is a good sentence grammar or bad sentence grammar is you. Only you know in your mind, is that finished action important to you or not? Now let's take a look at the third part of this lesson. Here we have the island in the past again, teach. In this example, the island is already part of my island now. This represents an action that's not finished. So in this example, when I say teach, this is a not finished action, and it says, oh, I have been a teacher. And this island is automatically connected to now. I don't need to make a bridge. It's already connected. If I look into the past and an action that's not finished, I don't have any choice. I have to use present perfect because the action in the past is automatically connected to now. The island in the past is already and automatically connected to now. So here you see that if an action is finished in the past, you always have a choice: past simple or present perfect. But if an action is not finished, then you have no choice because the island is automatically connected to you, or the action is automatically connected to you when you look into the past. Okay, so let's look at section 1. Here, so we have some past simple sentences. I went to school. My sister went home. I lived in Canada for 14 years. Okay. Or I hit my head. Are these actions personally important to me now? Do I care that my sister really went home? Is it a problem now, or is there something very important about my sister going home? If I say I lived in Canada for 14 years, are these actions personally important to me using past simple? No. These actions are not personally important to me now. I'm just like past simple. I'm just simply talking about an action in the past. And remember, these actions are finished. Alright, let's look at part 2. I have been to school. My sister has gone home. Oh, crap. Hey, I have lived in Canada for 14 years. Oh man, I've hit my head and now I have a bad headache. These actions are finished. Now, are these actions personally important to me now? Yes. For example, damn, my sister has gone home. Crap. Maybe this is a problem now. Maybe I needed her for something. The finished action that she has gone home is now important to me. Maybe, for example, I meet some people from Canada and very quickly I get excited and I say, hey, I have lived in Canada. Lastly, I have hit my head. This is personally important to me now because I have a headache because I hit my head. Remember again, the textbook rules that we use present perfect for experiences, results, effects. No. These are horrible small little rules that can be broken all the time. Yeah, okay. I have been a teacher. Yes, that's an experience, but the past simple sentence I was a teacher is also an experience. So I have just broken this rule. Telling students we use present perfect for an experience doesn't explain anything. What's more important, telling students that we use present perfect for an experience or for results or effects now is not very helpful. It's a useless rule that can be broken. What you should know about the present perfect is that maybe the experience is important now. In the past simple, it's an experience as well, but it's not important. Big rule here, and that there's a connection from the past to now. Look at section number 3 for not finished actions. Here I have been a teacher for 5 years and I am still a teacher now. These sentences are not finished, and like I said, as before, when I look into the past at something that's not finished, my island, my action is automatically connected to now. But the big rule here is that present perfect is a connection of past to now. That's the big rule about present perfect. It can be connection by choice, or it can be automatically connected. But it doesn't matter. The big rule here is connection. Now, a lot of students always ask me after this, well, how do we know? If we see a sentence about someone, how do we know if it's finished or not finished? Well, it's a very good question. If I give you this sentence, Steve has lived in Germany for a year. Who is Steve? Yeah, we don't know who Steve is. We just see the sentence written on a board, maybe, for example. But we don't see this person. We don't know who he is. So does he live in Germany now? Is this finished action for him or a not finished action? We don't know. When you just look at a sentence, you have no idea if it's finished or not. You will always need more information, this sentence or after this sentence, to show you if it's finished or not. That concludes the present perfect lesson. Thank you.